Hello, lovelies. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends where you are watching from at this moment of the day. We remain Global Message TV. Thank you for your consistency on watching and following up our videos. May God Almighty continue to bless you in your own business by bringing people that will patronize you the way you are patronizing us. If this is your first time of watching, kindly hit the red subscription button. Yes, my people, it's all about this man, the governor of Ebonyi State. Few years ago, I think 2019, he stood on the podium and promised that he was going to make Ebonyi State or Abakaliki the most developed state in Nigeria. And as it is today and stands today, I think this man, he said before 2023, I think he's done enough that even though what is on the ground now is all he achieved, it can be termed like he got the award in 2019, being last year. So I think he'll have really fulfilled his campaign promises. And we are really, and I'm not saying that there are no areas he's not doing well, but when it comes to development, when it comes to infrastructure, I think that guy has really, the governor have really done enough. So I'm going to, tag here most of his, achievement. Now you compare it with other governors in this particular country, even those that have huge allocation more than his own state, to tell us whether there is any governor you can really match him with on what he has been able to use the little resources they have in that their country to state to achieve. Okay. Umahi vows, to make Ebonyi most developed state in Nigeria. That's exactly what he said in November 22, 2019. That was last year. The time was as about 12:30 p.m. When the news was published. So that Abakaliki, that is Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi, has reiterated that year his commitment to ensuring the development of all sectors of the Ebonyi State economy, assuring that he would surely make the salt of the nation the most developed state in the country before he leaves office in 2023. That was exactly what he promised. But by the time you watch his achievement so far, you'll be able to let us know whether this man is honest or not. You'll be able to, let us also know whether he has been able to fulfill his campaign promises, or if there is any governor in this particular country that can match him on what he has been able to achieve in as much as development is concerned in that country, in the area of infrastructure, and even if I think economy of that particular state. So don't just watch and leave. Just watch this to the end, because we are gonna tag all his achievements. In fact, the major ones, within the between 2017 and now. Okay. Now the governor, however, admitted that it had been somewhat difficult keeping his focus on putting in place the necessary infrastructural facilities in the state, given the meager and ever-dwindling revenues accruing to the state. Yes, they don't have much. Their revenue is meager. But outside that, you've been able to use it to achieve a lot. So you're gonna see it yourself. He attributed the successes he has recorded in Ebonyi State to his background in Okay, sorry, let me take it again. He attributed the successes he has recorded in Ebonyi State to his background, in business and profession as a civil engineer, which he said prepared him for judicious utilization of fund at any given time. Yes, that's what matters. The judicious utilization of a fund, no matter how little it is, even in individual life. If you're not prudent, if you don't, use your resources judiciously, that means you're not gonna make it. So he said judicious utilization of the little resources he has in his country, in his state, made him to be able to achieve all he'd been able to achieve at this moment. So it didn't stop there. The same year, he was able to make a speech during the in a hotel in Abuja that is called the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, during the occasion of his investiture as the best governor of the year 2019 by the Business Day newspaper. They gave him that particular best of the year governor, when it comes to development and investment. So that is the thing. So for him to have gotten such an award, that he had really worked and people have been able to see his achievement. So, but what am I saying? If this man was able to use, I don't think Ebonyi State is oil state, but for him to have been able to use little resources, the same allocation he gets from federal government, which other states gets from also some states like Abia, Imo, and so on and so forth, still gets to achieve all these he have been able to achieve on agriculture and infrastructure. I think other governors that are not doing well should be questioned, because this is still the same governor, that gets the same allocation. Even most of them, their own is bigger than his, and they have internal resources, more than his own. Their internal generated revenue is even more than his. But the key word this man used as his secret is being prudent, being judicious, in using the limited resources he has, in order to, he's not excessive, he doesn't over appoint commissioners, over appoint aides, over, introduction of a lot functioning and ceremonial offices in order to compensate those that help in winning election or something like that. So by the time you create all these offices, appointments and nominations and so on and so forth, then the more you pay, the more you invest and sunk the state resources into things that are not yielding, instead of using it to develop that particular state. That's exactly what this man is saying. It's like he's just as prudent as P2B. P2B, I can't just attribute him to P2B, because P2B is an economist. But himself is an engineer. Despite that he's an engineer in profession, from what we read, he still has that particular economics concepts, being prudent and making judicious use of every penny that comes in as revenue in their state to develop that particular state. This is what it means. This is what it means to be a governor that has his people at heart. God bless you. We pray that other governors will learn. Watch the end.
Since February 2017 till date, His Excellency Engineer David Umahi has redefined the concept of farming in Ebonyi State. Ebonyans no longer see farming as business of the old. The first governor in Nigeria to introduce road construction with concrete pavement of 8 inches, which he did over 300-kilometer roads, first of its kind in Nigeria. The governor of the state that built the biggest ecumenical center ever built by any government in Nigeria, with main bowl of 5,000 capacity, about 2,000 capacity smaller bowl, with modern lift escalators and offices and accommodation. The governor of the state that built the longest and most aesthetic flyovers in the southeast, with 3 number of such, having a total of 96 span built in 3 years, and has commenced another construction of 8 flyovers in strategic junctions and major highways of the 3 senatorial zones. The first governor in Nigeria to build a glass bridge tunnel with 16 spans with aesthetic lights that shines in the night. The governor of a state with street lights that shine 12 hours daily, performing optimally at the state capital and also in each of the 13 local government areas. The governor of the state with the smoothest road network in Nigeria. The governor of the state with the biggest rice mills in Nigeria and biggest rice milling cluster in West Africa, with a total of 24 metric tons per hour for government-owned rice mills and over 1,500 milling clusters for cooperatives. The governor of the state with the biggest fertilizer company in the southeast and south-south. The governor of the state that built the most amazing and sustainable fountain in the southeast, 7 in number at strategic locations. The first governor in Nigeria to procure land development equipment, 13 V8 bulldozer for land development and agricultural mechanization. The governor of the state with the best stadium ever built by a recent state administration in the southeast and has ambition to construct one of the best in Nigeria. The only governor in the southeast to secure approval from the federal government to build airport under the Buhari administration. The only governor in Nigeria that pays workers' salaries 15 days to the end of the month. He is not owing a farthing. The governor of the state with the biggest mushroom farm in Nigeria. The first governor in Nigeria to introduce 1 man 1 hectare agricultural policy for public office holders, civil servants, and farmers who participate in the state government agricultural programs. The governor of the state with the highest number of state executive council members and appointees in the federation, with executive council of about 90, while other appointees are over 3,000. The governor of the state that is constructing the biggest shopping mall ever built by any democratic government in Africa and slated to be the microcosm of the macrocosm of the Dubai Mall. The governor of the state with the highest empowerment profile in Nigeria, with over 4,000 widows receiving 100,000 naira grants, 3,000 youths and women receiving 750,000 naira grants, 400 tricycle grants to youth and women, 520 Ebonyans in Lagos State receiving 130 million naira grant, 5,008 clergy and pastors receiving 5.8 million naira grant, 403 wives of security agencies receiving 80,600,000 naira, all to go into entrepreneurial program. The governor of the state with the lowest insecurity profile and crime rates in Nigeria. The governor of the state that has the local government area out of the 774 that was adjudged by NUC as having the highest number of undergraduates admitted into the university system in 2017. The governor of a state with the biggest state pulverization machine in Nigeria, with 200 empty tons capacity per day. The governor of the state with the biggest and best Lassa fever and virology center in the country, and the only one in the southeast, and most medically equipped VVF center in the southeast. The governor of the state with the biggest single international market in the southeast. The governor of the state with the neatest and most beautiful capital city in Nigeria. The governor of a state with the most effective aesthetic roundabout with fountains in Nigeria. The governor of the state with the fastest growing economy in the southeast. The governor of the state with the highest number of electronic lead in the southeast. Through the family succor and upliftment program of his wife, Her Excellency Chief Mrs. Rachel Ogonna Umahi, the governor has given over 40% affirmative action to the female folks. All of these achievements are made possible because Engineer Umahi came through divine mandate platform, and like the David of the Bible, he makes praise, worship, and prayer the official hobby and spiritual anchor of his administration.